Welcome back to one more video in our Brainify channel. This time we'll speak about trust. Trust is essential and fundamental for the success of all human relationships. But in this world there are some people you shouldn't trust, and that happens in any type of relationship, whether it is a deeply personal or intimate, or with a co-worker, boss, or someone you wanted to do business with. Trust is important for our survival, and it's one of the first emotional bonds we develop after birth. In this video, we'll give 10 signs you shouldn't trust someone, since nowadays it's so hard to know when you can trust a person or not. 1. They have two faces. You might be asking, what does two faces mean? And it's not really the person has two faces, but this means they are two-faced type of person and they show you the nice one. They will say good things and be nice to you when they are with you, but when they are not, they'll just criticize you everything you do, and they will speak bad on your back. Don't waste your time complaining at the person about such behaviors. You're just wasting your time. When you notice this type of behavior from someone, it's time to stay away from that person and protect yourself. 2. They act as if you don't exist in public. In this situation, this type of person will be friendly to you every time you are alone or in unfamiliar situations. But when you are with their own crowd or with people whom they are trying to impress, they'll just act and treat you as if you don't exist. This type of attitude indicates that they are trying to get something from you. It's just a superficial interest. Once they got what they want, or they notice they are not going to succeed in getting it, they'll stop being with you. 3. They keep secrets. One of the red flags from someone you can trust is that they keep secrets. This type of people are secretive, and their shadness will leave you unsure about the things. Someone who hides something from you, or actually hides many things from you, can be dangerous, because what they bring to the table is most likely to be a facade. Don't trust this kind of person. Secrets only make things cloudy and you will end hurt or having problems. 4. They overstep boundaries. Boundaries is something you should set in every relationship, as well as respecting others people's boundaries. It exists for a reason, because we all have our needs and limits someone else should not overstep. If a person keeps overstepping your boundaries, even after you warned them or had a conversation with them, but they still kept on going the same, then it's definitely a red flag of a person you shouldn't trust, since they are not respecting you. 5. They are inconsistent. Like people always say, actions speak louder than words. If someone's words are simply words and don't follow up with actions, just let them go. By staying, you'll just be hurting yourself and setting yourself up for failure, because that someone will never mean what they say. When you ask many times, they might always say tomorrow and try to keep going on with excuses. That situation is a red flag. You shouldn't trust that person. They will just keep going on with such excuses and never mean their words. 6. They break confidentiality. We have this situation when someone asks you to promise to not tell anyone and keep it secret. When we are young, we might not have kept it, but we learn with our mistakes, and in our adulthood, we keep it since we learn with our past. If a person is sharing someone else's confidences with you, you can be sure of their untrustworthiness, because they are betraying another person's trust by telling you. 7. They are excessively charming. It's always nice to meet people who are charming, whether in their looks, but also in the way they speak and how friendly they are. Sometimes their behavior can alarm you because they are too friendly. Usually under that friendly person, there is a different person that will show sooner or later. You notice this sign because this type of people want to know everything about you, but never reveal much about themselves. With the time, you'll find who truly they are, but it's not easy to decipher the person they are. One advice is to always trust and follow your instincts. 8. They don't give explanations. Usually, a person who don't want to give explanations, it's a red flag that the person might not be worthy of your trust. A person who don't answer your questions or clarify on an issue, it means the person is hiding something from you and not being honest. But of course, this depends upon the situation. For example, if this happens at work, then you might not be properly guided in order to contribute to the project and to do your work right. In personal relationships, if you're asking a simple question and the person is defensive and doesn't give you an explanation, then that's also a red flag. 9. They apologize with a but. People who apologize but just after they come up with a but are not apologizing in any possible way for whatever they have done. But means an excuse and a justification, and it's more like they will not correct their mistakes or change their behavior, and even less take real responsibility for their mistake. Sometimes it's better to not apologize with words, but to have an action that can fix the problem. 10. They don't take no as answer. If you say no to someone and the person doesn't accept your no and keep insisting in what they want from you, then be careful, because it's a red flag. Usually, this type of people will persuade you to do something you don't want or to get what they want. And most of the times, these people will not do something when you are the one asking for something. Trusting someone is usually a hard decision to make. If you watch these 10 red flags, then you are able to protect yourself from becoming a victim of unfair treatment by being able to know when to trust someone. But in case you don't know if you should trust or not, and if you feel something off about someone, then your instinctive response is probably correct. Our best advice for those situations is to always follow your guts. If this video was helpful, then make sure to leave a like and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It's really important to us. See you next video.